Hello, everybody. Pregame press. We missed a week. We're back with you, and we're completing the all-rookie team. This is part 2. This is defense, all-rookie defense, and we have Will Stewart with us as well. Will, what's up, man? How you doing?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, anytime. Defense. We're back. Episode 34.
Sure.
And guess what, Will? 7 weeks from tomorrow.
Week 1.
The NFL season.
Thursday night.
Yep. So 7 weeks from tomorrow, the Week 1 Sunday.
Week 1 Sunday.
All the Sundays games begin.
Yep.
Obviously, we're very excited for Tampa Bay and Dallas.
Yep.
And so, the next couple weeks, we're breaking down. We're just doing everything.
NFL content.
Every NFL content you could possibly ask for leading up to NFL.
Come week 1, we
have Sunday NFL countdown, and it's back. 18 episodes of it. Then we go, and then 19 for playoff predictor.
There we go.
You guys are gonna love it.
19
I know you will. Just
football.
pure NFL football.
We'll
sneak college in there too.
Yeah.
We got all
Have
your,
to.
and you guys know you've watched the show before. It's all your fantasy needs, all like
injury updates, score predictions,
everything.
Analysis, break down every game.
Everything.
Yep.
Every game. We go through every game. Like it's insane.
How many? I don't know how many games. I think it's like 250 some games. We break down.
And we do every single one for you guys.
Even the Thursday night game that happened the week before.
Yeah, because we look at that, we break it down, we analyze it. What could this team do better? What did this team do well? Like we love bringing you guys football content because we know that that's our expertise. That's what we're the best in.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna keep bringing you guys this content. And right now we're bringing you guys this content. This is all rookie team defense. Just a classic 4-3.
4-3. Yep.
So 4 defensive linemen. 3 linebackers with the middle and 2 outsides, free safety, strong safety, and 2 cornerbacks. So kind of it can be a man or a zone. It doesn't really that doesn't matter right now. It's just the 11 players on the field that we think will have the best defensive impact. Mm-hmm. And we're going to start on the line.
Alrighty.
Will, give me your first defensive end, edge rusher, whatever you want to call it.
I'm going to go with Azeez Ojulari.
Okay.
Pretty obvious in my opinion.
Okay.
Go to the Giants, great system. They breed edge rushers.
Mm-hmm.
They're so good at it. We were talking before the show. Olivier Vernon, Lawrence Taylor, JPP,
Justin Tuck, Michael Strahan.
There we go. 5
and
bowlers, honestly.
3 of those guys are in the Hall of Fame.
And the only problem is that a lot of them, the past, they stay, but the future generation, they've left. That's the only problem with the Giants.
And they don't have anybody there right now.
So if they can keep him, he's a beast. You were watching his highlights earlier.
I was watching his film, yeah.
He's just bulldozer.
He's a menace. There's no other way to say it.
He's too quick off the line. So go.
Especially coming off the edge. And I watched some film against Auburn. Also with this arm swipe that he has coming inside instead of going back out. Just spin move inside, cuts it with the arm. You don't see that with edge because they love to power their way outside around. He comes inside and just slips through right to the QB. He takes the quicker. It's the harder route, but it's the quicker way.
It's easier for him.
And he overpowered a 330-pound defensive lineman, and he literally just pushed him over. That's something I don't know if that's something I've ever seen before.
I don't think I've seen
his frame is ridiculous. Yeah. He was just dominant in every game this season.
Yeah,
especially that
playmaker.
His best 2 games were, I think, the Tennessee game. He had 3 sacks, forced fumble, 2 tackles for loss. Then the UC game, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles.
Desmond Ridder could not do anything.
He had 8 tackles.
8?
As a defensive end.
Yeah.
Where do you see that?
Ever. You've never really seen that.
Have you
not
seen...
even T.J. Watt, edge rusher. He didn't do that in college.
Because he was just a sack guy.
He was a sack guy. Aaron Donald. A different position, but he didn't do that in college.
No. That's what we love about this guy. The potential's off the charts. All right. My defensive end number 1... Interesting here, but I have Kwity Paye to the Colts, which I really like that system that he's in.
They breed.
And the Colts.
They also breed defensive players.
So he doesn't have the best stats, and me and Welly, we've tried to explain this to people that stats aren't the base of everything.
Yeah, I don't.
Because when you watch his film,
he's like a, I don't know how to describe it.
He sets the tone. And he's the guy that's going to push these running back draws. You don't run him against Kwity Paye. He's not going to tackle him outside, but he's going to overpower his defensive lineman, and he forces the running back inside.
Which then there's going to be
guys there. He gets his teammates, like Aiden Hutchinson for Michigan, plenty of opportunities. And that's what He's incredible at forcing players back inside. Teammates can make the play. And now he's teaming up well with Justin Houston, DeForest Buckner on the line. Two vets.
Yeah.
They know how it's done.
They can teach him.
Because DeForest Buckner, he's a tackle right now.
Exactly, yeah.
But he was an end when he was in San Francisco, and he was drafted from Oregon.
So he can teach
So
them.
he knows what it's like to be an edge coming out of college.
Yep.
And now with Indianapolis, we've talked about this is a top 5 defense in the league.
Yeah, top 3.
The running back, the linebackers, Leonard and Walker. Then Rocky Sin, Malik Hooker back there in the secondary. And then you have Houston, Buckner, and now Pay on the D-line.
And they have Xavier Rose.
Yeah, back there as well. Pro Bowl corner. I love the way that the Colts have set up this defense and putting Pay in the system. I think it's going to work perfectly for him. So that's my defensive end number 1. We'll go to defensive tackle number 1.
Go with Christian Barmore.
Okay.
Pretty simple, in my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, he was one of the best players on Alabama.
Okay.
On defense-wise. I mean,
Okay. There was a lot of great players.
There's a lot of good players. We could just go on about that team, but he just disrupts the run plays. Like he's just always there. He knows where to be. That's what I like about him.
Yeah.
He knows where he's going. He knows where to go. Smart player. He knows the playbook, and he'll. What team did he get drafted to?
You got the Browns. Oh, no. Sorry, Patriots.
Ah, damn it, yeah. I mean, not a bad fit, but
Good defense.
good defense. But I would like honestly Colts. If he would have gone to the Colts, I love that scheme.
I would love that scheme as well.
But I mean, he'll be good in the Patriots. Just disrupts the plays. That's what I like about him.
Yeah, and that's what will just saying transitioning now from Nick Saban to Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
What else can you say there?
Yeah, exactly.
He knows what it's like to be coached by the GOAT
I mean, you got
of each sport.
college goat. Well,
NFL goat.
There you go.
And there you go. So he's ready for a challenge.
He won. He won championships.
Exactly.
He knows what it's like to win. Belichick knows what it's like to win.
And he's got it. And now he had an off year.
He did.
So Barmer's going to have to get used to that because Bama doesn't have their off year is 11-1.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, maybe 2 losses. That's really
that's
bad.
like horrible. So, but and last year for the Patriots, that was god awful for Bill. He was pissed.
It was the offense. It was both, honestly.
I really think it was the offense, though.
Yeah, it was. Cam Newton.
They shined. In some of those games, they blew out a phenomenal Chargers team. They beat them 45-0 in L.A.
And then you lose to the Broncos.
And then you go and lose to the Broncos, and then get smoked by the Niners with no defense.
And they lost to the Jets Monday night.
That was just embarrassing.
Yeah.
So.
And it's the offense.
Barmore can get this team back on track. I feel like that's and that's actually my defensive tackle 1 is Christian Barmore. Yeah. I think he was a menace overall. All right, in 2021, he was great. He was phenomenal. You didn't run it up the A gap because he's just sitting there waiting for you. But what we saw in the semifinal against Notre Dame and the national championship, especially, he terrorized Justin Fields the entire game.
He did.
He
made him uncomfortable the whole game.
He took Trey Sermon and he tackled him so hard the first 3 plays he injured him.
Who's the NFL running back now?
For the Niners. And then Master Teague, who will be an NFL running back, was he had 15 carries for 62 yards. That's 4 yards a carry.
That's 4 yards a carry.
He was dominant. He had 3.5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks in 2 games. He made plays happen. He owned the line of scrimmage. He owned the trenches. And that's what the Patriots need. That's what they were searching for when they picked this man.
Great pick.
Amazing coach, great scheme. Their defense can be good.
And they have good corners.
They have the young players.
Gilmore.
They got Duggar back there at safety, who's out of Lenore Ryan College, has proved himself.
That D3, D2?
D2. Has proved himself to be a great safety. They have the linebackers. They're all young.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that D line is getting old because Lawrence Guy's
old. Yep.
He won a Super Bowl with that team. That's how that was 2018. It was one against the Rams
3 years ago.
So you never know. But I have Barmore as well. Defensive tackle too. Will.
Pretty simple for me. Davion Nixon.
Okay.
I said this guy was a steal.
He was.
He went in the second round, I believe, right? Panthers.
Carolina.
I had him first round to the Bucks. Pick Joe Tryon. Isn't bad, but I would like Nixon there. But this guy, he has off the field issues. A little nervous about, little anger issues, I think. But that's off the field. He'll get it fixed up in Carolina. But really good player.
Yeah, he reminds me of Ndamukong Suh when he was at Nebraska.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. same.
They were both
same build almost.
Exactly, they were both very dominant.
Yes, they did. They were. I mean, he's quick too. Really quick. He's a big guy though. Really big.
Yeah, he's that. I was watching his film earlier today, and the way he just gets through the A gap, sheds double teams like it's nothing.
Like the center and guard double team him. No, he'll just go through. He might not make the tackle, but he'll go through and disrupt the play.
He always disrupts the play.
Exactly. That's why.
Here's the thing though. He usually makes the play. 13.5 tackles for loss.
Yeah.
In 8 games.
Is that this year?
Just this year.
How is he not a first rounder? That shocks me.
It probably is the off-the-field issues talked about.
Yeah. Coaches don't like that.
No, they
especially
don't.
NFL.
Especially not in the NFL.
I guess
but
Matt Rule.
I also mix in at defensive tackle too. We may have like the same line here if you have pay. But I don't think you do.
No, I don't.
Okay. Davion next. The Panthers' defense is young. It's loaded on all cylinders, especially secondary. We talked about Chin already, and Horn.
Yes.
So now he's 6'3", 313, and you bring him in next to Burns and Derek Brown on the D line.
Yeah.
This is one of the youngest and most talented defensive lines.
Yeah, and they got. I'm not trying to go offline, but they have J.C. Horn also picked. So this defense in general,
they took care of it.
They took it. It was garbage. It was bad last year.
And these picks were maybe they could have picked Surtain. The Horn still. He played in the SEC, like he knows what's up, right?
He knows what he's doing.
But they've got Nixon too. Like those are 2 steals off the board.
Yep, and they just picked them there.
And they took care of the defense.
Yeah,
they spent their first 3 picks on defense.
Yes, they did.
And that's what you need. That's what Carolina needs. And I respect them for doing that. Absolutely, I do. And he reminds me of Derek Brown, too, when he was at Auburn. You remember how much of a beast he was.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's on the same team. As the trenches in Carolina,
that duo is
don't run down there.
No. And they got Hassan Reddick.
And so this is the D-line right now. Burns, Reddick on the edge, Brown, and Nixon. I mean, that's probably the youngest D-line in the league.
I mean, besides Reddick, but
Reddick's a good vet.
Too old.
You need a vet to lead the D-line.
You need a vet.
And I mean, Reddick had a 5-sack game, so no one's telling you he's washed, because that man's ridiculous.
No.
He's underrated as hell.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've Nixon. All right. Your defensive end number 2. Well,
this dude, I mean, this player, you either love him or you hate him.
Okay.
I shouldn't say hate him, but you're either really high on him.
Okay.
It's Gregory Rousseau.
Okay.
So, I was watching his tape earlier. The only thing that gets me nervous, he only really dominates against, lower schools.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at all of his sacks, tackles from 2019, 2020. Didn't he opt out 2020?
Yeah.
2019.
He had 15 sacks, though.
He did, but most of them came against, Samford, Temple.
Lower competition like that.
That does scare me, but I still believe he's a beast.
He is a beast.
Because
he did that as a freshman.
Freshman.
And he was how the hell was he a 3-star?
Yeah, actually, I don't know.
But whatever, just keep going.
Doesn't matter, but Buffalo, they got a player here.
They really do. And they need it bad.
They need that rusher.
They don't have one at all.
They just don't. I mean, I'm trying to think who.
You can't say Edmonds or Milano, because those guys are middle linebackers. They're
both middle linebackers.
They play to drop back.
Yeah.
So you can't.
Needed an edge.
I guess you could say Ed Oliver, but he plays tackle.
He's tackle. I mean, he can go off the end, but
he's not fast enough for that.
Gregory Rousseau, great pick for the Bills. I expect him to break out, quite honestly.
Okay. I like that.
And he's day 1 starter, so that's why.
Yeah, that's also true. My defensive end number 2 is Aziz. 6'4", 236. I mean, that's
whoa, 236.
People are saying this man is so. Oh my bad, 263.
Yeah, I was saying,
still,
no way.
How small is that for a defensive end?
Exactly.
And he just absolutely still wrecks people. It doesn't matter because he gets the weight room every day. He jumps out of the gym.
He's in the gym first, leaves last.
He's incredible. We've raved about this guy on the show for so long. It's not hard to see why. Okay.
And really, we've raved about the Georgia defense.
Because they're just, absolutely terrifying. I would never want to play them ever. But continuing with this, because they had what? Stokes, Ojolari, Tyson Campbell, Trayvon Walker, Monty Rice. I mean, that's not even fair. Dude, they had 7 players picked in the draft, and then they just restocked. Now we got 4 more first round. I don't
Adam
understand.
Anderson, there he goes. Next
Yeah, Adam Anderson, top 10 pick next year. But, well, anyway, Ojulari, he fits in that defense so well. He's got the massive wingspan. He's got the incredibly fast feet. He's got everything you want to see in an edge.
Mm-hmm.
He fits it perfectly, I think, the Giants' scheme, and I feel like he'll be a perfect fit.
Yeah.
He's going to rack up the numbers in MetLife. I guarantee it. All right, we're going to go to our outside linebacker number 1. Remember, it's a 4-3, so we got 3 linebackers. So, Will, who's your outside linebacker 1?
J.O.K.
Joker. Yes, sir.
I'm pissed off he went to the Browns. Third round, what the hell? Third round, remember that? He stole him.
Wait, no, it was pick 52.
Yeah,
So
second round. No, it was third round, I swear.
It was third round?
It was third round, but I'm not
Jesus.
counting. But,
Nice.
I mean, the Raiders, I'm sorry, but the Raiders they passed on him twice.
And that's who I had them picking.
Yeah, in the first round.
Mm-hmm. At 17. Because he's a top 20 player.
They could have picked him twice. Yeah, second and 3 times, sorry.
They passed on him 3 times?
Yeah.
Like, how dumb are you that you know that you need that position that bad and you still pass on him?
That's John Gruden.
No, and then you pick Alex Leatherwood.
Who's probably one of the most raw tackles.
He's a great tackle, but like he's not first round. Like, he's a top 50 prospect. Owusu-Koramoah is top 20, arguably top 15.
Yeah, top 50 in my opinion. But anyway, great pick. I don't. Do you have how big he is on there?
I believe he's 6'4".
Yeah, for a linebacker outside, he looks scary out there. I mean, no one wants to go. We saw
last year.
Last year, yeah.
He is the hardest hits I've ever seen.
Oh yeah. I mean, every linebacker I have hits hard, but this dude, I'd say second hardest under my middle linebacker. But
okay.
He's a great player. He's athletic too. That's why I can cover tight end, cover running back.
We saw that he popped off in that game against Clemson.
Oh yeah.
Had the forced fumble. He had a couple bat downs, and he had a clutch sack in overtime with Dalen Hayes. Him and Dalen Hayes combined for it. Dalen Hayes was actually drafted to the Ravens, just saying. But
yeah,
Owusu-Koramoah was a steal.
It
was a steal of the draft. It really was.
Browns had the best draft.
Mm-hmm. They really did.
Is one of the reasons why.
See, yeah, I have him too. This is the steal of the draft. Okay, he's the best overall. One of the best overall prospects. He's the best outside linebacker in the draft. And they passed on him.
Passed on the Raiders and many others.
3 times.
Yeah. The Browns
twice actually. Because I think the Browns traded up to get him, so they passed him twice.
Well, still.
That's ridiculous. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Anyway, tackling machine. Hardest hitters in all of college football. He just levels you at the point of the tack.
Exactly.
He stuffs the interior run game.
He's
like, there is nothing I don't like about this guy. Like,
you can't knock him.
There are no flaws in his game.
Speed, check.
He just needs to, like everything in his game is good. If he makes everything in his game great, he is an all-pro by year 3.
Yeah.
Because they need that.
Huh?
And he's another guy who can play middle linebacker. He did it at Notre Dame. He started 3 games at middle linebacker.
Honestly, I can put him at safety.
I'll put him at edge.
Put him at strong safety. I mean, the only place I wouldn't put him is D-tackle.
I put him at edge.
Yeah, sure.
Because he's just so fast off the edge. We dominate.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with those blitzes that Notre Dame brought.
Yep.
Because Brian Kelly, as much as I don't like him, as much as I think he's overrated, he is a defensive genius.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that throughout the years.
I know you remember Monte Teo.
Oh, yeah.
He was just insane. He just had, again, off-field issues.
Yep.
Koramoah doesn't have that.
No.
So he will be phenomenal in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Middle linebacker, Will, who you got here?
Pretty simple. Michael Parsons. Biggest hitter I've ever seen in my life, besides Ray Lewis.
Appreciate that.
Yep. Gotta be honest. Second, probably hardest hitter coming out of college. Penn State, I mean, he was just a monster there. I mean, how many tackles? 109, I think it was, or 100 and like.
Yeah, 109.
I think it was 109.
14 tackles for loss.
He did opt out as well. I mean, that makes me a little nervous, but with this guy,
no, not at all.
He
and the teams that passed on him, how did he fall at 12?
Let's see.
He's a top 5. He was, first of all, Will, sorry to interrupt, but he is, first of all, do you agree with me? He's the most athletic defensive player.
Yes.
Is it close? No.
No, I mean.
And I think he's the second most athletic player in the draft behind Pitts.
Yeah.
And
As a linebacker.
And he's a top 5 prospect.
Yep.
And the teams that really need him. And I know the Falcons need him, but they took Pitts, which I absolutely respect. Broncos. What the hell are you doing?
I mean, you got a great corner, but you need linebacker help.
Like, you have nobody there. Okay, you got to accept the fact that Vaughn is like 40. He's not going to be a Pro Bowler.
Who else passed on him?
Let's see. So, who was 10? Eagles traded up to get Devontae. Cowboys fell to 12.
Yeah,
who was 11?
Giants? Eagles, I don't know.
Who did the Giants pick at 11? Oh, they picked,
Didn't they pick Kadarius Toney?
Yeah. Well, no, because they traded down after that to trade somebody else.
What's his name? I know.
Somebody was at 11.
I'm gonna look that up.
Okay, I'm gonna keep talking though.
Yeah,
the teams that passed on him are now gonna regret it.
Yeah,
that's who I have too. Now, Will, I was tempted to put Jamin Davis because he went to Washington, and that's scary.
That's a scary sight right there.
But Parsons just is too much raw talent. I mean, that's put him up there. Best tackler in the draft. Do you agree?
Who?
Parsons.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
probably the best defensive athlete in the draft.
No one's getting by him.
109 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, and 5 interceptions.
Oh my god.
Like, what the hell? Like, is that even fair?
That is like...
That's like unreal. That's one of the most unreal stat lines I've ever seen. And if you watch the film from the 2019 Ohio State game, Ohio State won. But they barely got out of there with the W. Like, that was...
They were double teaming him the whole fucking... When he would blitz...
It's over.
Double team. Yeah.
He terrorized.
They tried double teaming that amazing O-line. Nope.
That O-line is loaded. No,
loaded.
Not that night it wasn't. Because they also had Gross Matos in 2019. That's scary. But yeah, I have Micah Parsons at middle linebacker. I know Will does too. Our teams have been very, very similar.
Yeah, I mean,
we have all the same. We both have Ojulari, Nixon, Barmore.
Mm-hmm.
I have Pay at edge. He is Rousseau. Yeah. We both have Parsons, and who's the other outside linebacker?
Me.
Oh yeah, JOK. This outside linebacker, I guarantee you're not gonna have him, because this is a sleeper for me.
Oh, I got a sleeper.
Okay, do it.
Jabril Cox.
Dang. So LSU? No.
I love this guy.
Okay.
This dude.
He transferred from North Dakota State.
Yeah, that's what I like about MDSU to LSU. I mean, what a transfer.
And he still put up ridiculous numbers.
I mean, he knows what he's doing.
Okay.
That's what I like about him. He knows where to be at the right time.
Okay.
It's like he almost knows where the play is going.
Yeah. That's what you have to be as a linebacker, right?
You have to know where the play is going. Good tackler. Decent speed.
Good rusher too.
Good rusher.
He's 7.5 sacks.
Do you have his height on there? Actually, yeah, you probably don't.
I don't, because I didn't have him. Yeah.
I think he's a little undersized, but
okay.
That doesn't matter.
Other than that, I think I'll put a great numbers. I think I actually put a linebacker who's a little bit oversized to be playing outside linebacker, but I think it'll work. And that is Quincy Roche. He went to Pittsburgh, Will, and I know you're very excited because me and you have watched some Miami games. He did more work than Rousseau did.
Exactly. Rousseau's a first-round pick to the Buffalo Bills.
Where did Roche go? 4th round?
Rousseau was 6th.
What?
No cap.
Well, I know. I believe you're a Steelers fan. You know that.
Actually,
God,
let me double check.
That is garbage.
I know.
He was a. So first of all, guys. So if you don't know who Quincy Roche is, first of all, Mike Tomlin, mastermind when it comes to developing defensive players just like that. Right? Watt, Bush, Shazier. That's like in the last 5 years. That's what he's done. Like now you bring in Dupree, and now you bring in Quincy Roche. A little bit oversized, but I think he fits the picture perfectly. Bud Dupree's gone. He's just like Bud Dupree. Because Bud Dupree is a little oversized to be playing outside linebacker. He's not fast enough. So you put him in an edge position where he's not like crouched down like a tackle like this. Mm-hmm. He's like standing up with his hands like this.
In between.
Comes up rush. Exactly, that's what Roche is.
Exactly.
And I think he played at Temple and Miami.
Beast of both.
He dominated both places.
Especially Temple. Really good there.
He was playing in the American. He just raped him. I mean, really. And we saw, because Temple, Cincinnati, before this year, before they were really just dominating, they still went they had a really good record 2 years ago. Remember them? They played Temple. It was 15-17. Mm-hmm. Roche sacked Ritter 3 times.
He was going to be an NFL quarterback, in my opinion.
So, I think any system works with him because he played at Miami and Temple. And the system of Pittsburgh is basically kill the quarterback. And so that's what he does. Yeah. That's what he does best.
And they have a defensive-minded team.
Exactly. So that's why I have Richey. They're going to have to rely on their defense, too. All right, well, left corner. What do we got here?
J.C. Horn.
Yo, baby. Same thing.
I mean, nothing else to say.
They're loaded. Man, the secondary is so loaded.
They are. I mean, we can go on and on about the secondary, but J.C. Horn, great player.
Mm-hmm.
Lockdown. It's kind of like Patrick Surtain. They don't really throw his way.
Okay.
You know?
That still puts up amazing numbers, though.
Exactly.
He put up better numbers than Surtain did. Just because he wasn't as feared.
Yeah. I mean, what's South Carolina, you know, not that good of a school football-wise, but...
Defensive-wise, yes.
Still, yes, defensive-wise. Still an SEC caliber school.
Yes.
So, don't want to knock him on that, but great player, like the system.
Okay.
We'll learn a lot from Matt Rule.
Okay.
I like that head coach. Just lockdown.
Okay.
That's what he does. He's covers guys.
What's the thing? He's so physically strong at the line. When he bumps you at the line. I have Horn as well.
I mean,
so physically strong at the line.
Your release is going to be messed up every time.
Every time.
You
can't, especially slants against J.C. Horn, it's impossible. No. So he is so physically strong at the line. He reads quarterback's eyes so well. Ask Bo Nix. 6 tackles, 4 pass breakups, and 2 picks.
Oh, that game, bro.
Against Auburn. Yeah, just Auburn.
I remember that game.
Sorry. We have Auburn fans to our left. You're right. But, again, in one game. Unreal stat line, unreal player. I have J.C. Horn. Right corner, well, I'm assuming you have Mr. Pat.
Patty Surtain Jr., the menace. Okay. His father was an NFL corner. Well,
what else do you have to say?
Like father, like son.
Yeah, there you go. I also have like father, like son.
I mean, they don't throw it. They don't throw it.
They don't throw it. And they're literally scared of him.
They're scared.
You see the interview Justin Fields had before the national championship game?
What's that?
They're like, how you gonna throw how you gonna throw on Bama's defense? How you looking at this? He's like, he goes to the mic and he's like, I'm gonna be looking at one side of the field. I'm like,
he's gonna be looking at the middle of the field and the left side, the right side.
The right side, just completely blank that out.
So imagine
if this guy's running a post, just cut out the entire field except for the left.
Just think if he's guarding like say Hopkins or a really good wide receiver, they can't throw it near that. I mean, that's gonna mess up team's offense if you can't throw it to your best.
Because he's already NFL ready.
He is.
The only thing is he's on a garbage team. I'm sorry. But
that defense isn't god awful.
It's still that team, that organization is just horrible though.
Big Fangio, why the hell is he still head coach?
I have no idea.
Drew Lock,
garbage. We thought it was gonna be something special like 2 years ago, like that. Let's just give up now. But guess what? All you guys are gonna be mad at me. I have like father, like son, and I don't have Pat Surtain. I'm sorry. The Broncos situation is just so garbage. And the comments are going to be ridiculous. I don't have Pat Surtain on this team. I'll be on the second team. I don't have Pat Surtain on this team. I'm sorry, but guys, people don't understand that he's going up. Like, he's going to be their corner number 1. And he's going to have to go up against Keenan Allen, Tyreek Hill, and his former teammate, Henry Ruggs III.
That'd be fun to watch. Yeah.
I have Asante Samuel Jr. from the Los Angeles Chargers. His dad was a corner. His dad, he's like 6'5". He when he hugged him at the draft, I'm like, is that his father?
Yes.
It was his father. I know that everybody's gonna be yelling at me to put Surtain in this team, and I just don't feel like the Broncos are a good fit for him at all. And I know people won't understand, but
I understand.
He put up good numbers. I think Samuel's just going to put up better ones. I mean, he's a stud. He played at Florida State all 4 years. Loyal. He's going to be getting advice from amazing players, especially his former teammate, Mr. Derwin James. Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. Him and James were teammates.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think the chemistry these two will have will be incredible. Surtain has more talent than Samuel, obviously, because Samuel played on a shitty college.
Look at the scheme. That's
so,
how I'm looking.
So much better. Because they're going to rely on the secondary. Because their secondary in L.A., absolutely loaded. Casey Hayward, Rashad Jenkins, Derwin James.
Coming off 2 injuries, but...
Asante Samuel. I love Samuel. He played a shitty team, too, Florida State. With a bunch of head coaching changes. The purge siren going behind us. But he still was able to put up insane numbers, even at Florida State. Because he should have seen those numbers because remember he played Clemson every year. Well, when he was on the Clemson receivers, Hunter Renfrow, he's an NFL receiver, absolutely locked up by Samuel. Like father, like son. That's all I'm gonna say. Alrighty. Let's go free safety now. Well, what you got?
My favorite player in the whole draft.
Trayvon
Moray.
There it is.
So I just love this player. It's my favorite. One of my favorite prospects to watch.
Wow, really? Okay. I was watching this film later.
I watched a lot of TCU games. I don't know why.
Okay.
I just like watching TCU.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun team to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of this guy. You know, he made this team relevant. He made this team really good. Just monster. I mean, he fell to. Who did he fall to? I think it was Niners.
No, Raiders.
All right. Well, okay, Raiders. You know, you pick Moray when you
skip on JOK. I mean, we're not even gonna talk about that. Just go on.
Still a shit draft, but great player.
Mm-hmm. They need that.
He's a playmaker. He's kind of like a wide receiver. If he sees the ball, it's his.
It's his.
It's not
ball hawk.
Ball hawker. It's not the wide receiver's ball. It's his ball.
Okay.
Pick it off. Very athletic.
Very athletically gifted. That's what I was about to say.
I mean, hits hard for a free.
He murders them. It should be illegal in like 6 states what he does.
He can read his quarterback size. Amazing. He knows.
He's really good.
He knows the ball.
And he has a knack for one-on-one coverage as a safety.
That's a free.
That's insane. Raiders need help everywhere in that struggling D. I feel like they put up amazing numbers. I do not have Morig at free. I have Javon Holland at Oregon. He's one of my favorite prospects in this whole draft. He started out actually. The funny thing is, he started out as a punt and kick returner at Oregon, and then worked his way up to free safety. He's incredibly fast player. He's so good at quarterback size.
Yeah.
And he had 14 pass breakups in 2020, and 4 interceptions. And he's a sure fight. They need like a leader. The Dolphins safeties, Eric Rowe. Come on.
Byron Jones though.
Byron Jones, but he's corner.
Sure.
So they need a safety leader. Javon Holland played at Oregon all 4 years.
He's a leader.
In different positions. Like, he knows what's up.
He knows what's up.
And he was switched from, he played corner his sophomore year. And then he got switched to safety, and that worked, obviously. But
obviously. They dominated.
Yeah. To be honest with you, yeah, Holland. Not even a close pick. All right. Strong safety. You have Holland?
Our very surprise pick here.
Oh, Lord. I'm excited. Give it to me.
All right, Peter. Let's just say this guy, he's one of the hardest hitters I've ever seen.
Okay.
He went to a school that their home field is just amazing. Divine Diablo.
No
Yes.
way. What team is he on?
Tech. Virginia Tech.
No. What team did he get drafted to?
Oh, who went to
I know he went to Tech.
Yeah, I forget what team he went drafted to.
All right.
I'm gonna look that up. But this guy,
I love him.
I like him because he can play linebacker.
He picked off Trevor Lawrence. I think we're done now.
He can play linebacker too.
Yeah.
I was watching his tape. He was in Will. He was playing Will linebacker.
Jesus
Which is the
Christ.
weak side. The weak side linebacker, which is a monster. He's tall.
And he plays safety. Like,
he's tall too.
And he can do man-on-man coverage. Like,
exactly.
He can do everything.
That's why, he's just a really good player. I'm checking what team he went to. But
he was
great player.
Was it
Tech.
5th round?
It was wow, Las Vegas Raiders. I'm telling you what,
Jesus Christ, they have Morig?
They have Morig and Divine Diablo.
I love watching him play.
I'm gonna watch that team though, but yeah, great player.
When you said home stadium, Lane Stadium was the first thing that popped into my head. That stadium's just electric. We can talk about that when we do college football, but that stadium, I would like. That's on my bucket list. I would do anything to go there. And then Enter Sandman.
Especially.
Oh yeah, night game on ESPN, 7:30. Peter, we would need hearing aids.
Yes, Divine Diablo, great player. Excited to watch him, man.
Now I'm excited to watch the Raiders. That's a good secondary.
Even they have what's his name? It's Mississippi State.
Jonathan Abram.
And that's a hard hitter.
Travion Mullen from Clemson.
This team is and they. What I was gonna say him.
Yeah, because I only know him because Indiana All-American.
And they have Vontaze Perfect.
Starting to rain. We're gonna finish up real quick.
Safety.
Trayvon Morig, strong safety as it starts to pour. We appreciate you guys. Will, thanks for coming on. Great teams.
Yes.
And hey, we're hitting you with an episode. Doesn't matter when, where. Will is moving, but we're getting him on anyway. It does not matter. Peace out.